To me, addiction appears to be our largest challenge as human beings. It took me over 20 years to connect the dots and see that all of my shortcomings could be directly and indirectly traced back to addiction. It would also appear that every aspect of Islam counters that, and that all of our acts of worship, be it obligatory or sunnah, strengthens the willpower and self-discipline. It's a beautiful cycle where the more you submit and practice the Deen, the more you master self. The more you master self, the more you practice Deen. It could be why so many are reverting to Islam. We're in a crisis with addiction, and Islam is the cure, alhamdulillah. So let's go over the common addictions that unfortunately are on the rise worldwide, and conduct a kind of self-audit and see if any of them pertain to you or someone you know. The first up is substance abuse, which includes the use of drugs such as opioids, alcohol, nicotine, or other substances that can lead to addiction. Then we have gambling, which is a behavioral addiction where a person can't control the urge to gamble, even when it causes harm to themselves or their loved ones. And here's an unfun fact. Many of the free mobile games, one that I play included, use patented gambling algorithms to get the player to make in-game purchases. Even within the gaming community, I hear people use the term whale, which is a gambling term used to describe a big spender. I'll do a video on this topic in more detail soon, inshallah. Next, we have the internet and technology, also referred to as digital drugs, which can contribute to addictive behaviors, such as compulsive use of social media, which I'll cover in the next chapter, inshallah, gaming, and internet browsing. These behaviors, such as scrolling on your favorite social media app, release a molecule in the brain similar to illicit drugs, which can lead to addiction. Then there's food addiction, which refers to an unhealthy relationship with food, often characterized by compulsive overeating and binging on foods that are made up primarily of highly processed carbohydrates and sugar, and experiencing cravings and withdrawal-like symptoms when trying to abstain from those foods. And not only are these foods addictive, but they're also one of the primary causes of many diseases, such as type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. These processed foods containing seed oils, refined sugars, have the largest negative impact on our health today, and it's sharply on the rise within the ummah. Inshallah, more on that in another video. Another addiction, which is unfortunately on the rise within the ummah, are haram websites. I try to keep my videos family-friendly and a bit cryptic. This is an addiction that involves compulsive engagement in physical activities or consumption of haram websites, despite negative consequences on a person's relationships, work, school, or other aspects of life. And there's an unfun fact for this as well. Haram websites are notorious for destroying ambition and motivation. It also creates devastating consequences for the youth when they later come of age to start a family. May Allah protect us. And finally, shopping. This addiction involves an uncontrollable urge to shop and spend money, usually leading to financial problems and emotional distress, not just for the addict, but for the family as well. Some honorable mentions for addiction are working, exercise, reading, learning, and attention. These all can create novel experiences, and if left unchecked, can become an addiction. So what's the difference between an addiction and a habit? A habit is a routine of behavior repeated regularly and tends to occur subconsciously. It's more of an automatic reaction to a specific situation. We can have beneficial habits like brushing our teeth, or detrimental habits like biting our nails when we're stressed. However, unlike an addiction, habits don't typically interfere significantly with a person's life, like having major consequences, withdrawals, or tolerance.